Sharper Point Commentary, presented by Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
Sometimes when Donald Trump talks about things, he's been known to, how should I say this? He's been known to overstate things a bit.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
But when he talks about the economy and specifically inflation, he's not really overstating things by much at all.
We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation's history.
Maybe not quite the worst in our nation's history, but I've called it the worst inflation in a generation, at least in my generation, known as Gen X. So what's the plan to get us out of this hole? Well, if you ask Kamala Harris,
Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people.
Of course, her plan doesn't sound all that great either. While it looks like America's already crawling out of the giant inflation hole we've been living in, Arizona's doing even better and had to bounce back from a worse number than the country overall. August Consumer Price Index of 2.5% is the lowest annual inflation rate since February of 2021. But here in Arizona, the annual rate was even better. 2.3%. And we actually saw overall prices fall by 0.33% over the last 2 months, while nationwide prices rose over the same period of time. The highest the nationwide inflation rate reached over the last few years was 9%, but almost exactly 2 years ago, the Phoenix Metro, the Valley, was experiencing a very unlucky number. We had an inflation rate of 13%. Yeah. Things are getting better, but yeah, it's really hard to yell, yay, over the inflation news because the damage has already been done. The crazy inflation we saw over the last 3 years didn't get erased. It stays with us like bad in-laws or something. And we have a ticking time bomb that could eventually make the worst inflation in a generation look like patty cakes. And neither Kamala Harris nor Donald Trump want to talk about it, because they have no plan to deal with our $35 trillion debt, something that they both had a hand in growing. In fact, both of their plans would actually grow our debt. So, as I've said before, when it comes to inflation and the economy and who you think should be president and who you don't think should be president, don't give your money to their campaigns. Give your money, if you have any, to the food bank. And if you don't have any money, well, you can volunteer with the food bank. In fact, September 17th at St. Mary's Food Bank with Mike Broomhead. He's going to be there along with other members of our staff from KTAR from 1 to 3. You can learn more at KTAR.com/events and learn how to help pack emergency food boxes. We got a real emergency coming our way, though, soon.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's morning news and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.